Hi y'all! Okay, so the video is 10 things you may or may not know about me. I don't know why a lot of y'all would know this stuff about me, so I'm just gonna say that you don't know this stuff about me. Or I'm gonna hope not, at least. I mean, unless you're my family, I guess some of it is common sense, I guess. I don't know. We're gonna continue with the video. Number one, I hate massages. I hate massages. I hate the deep tissue massage, and I hate any kind. I just don't. I think it tickles. It tickles me so bad. It tickles, and then if it doesn't tickle, then it hurts, and I don't want to be hurt. So I'm not a fan of massages at all. I don't want to be touched. Like, I'm also, I mean, I don't like being touched anyway, so I don't know why I would like massages. So I don't like massages. Number two, this is pretty much, I think everybody knows this. I did not have a wedding, and I do not want a wedding. I know that every girl dreams of having her wedding, and I did for a little bit, but not really. It wasn't something I really cared about. My thing was all the money that I could be spending on something else is going towards this stupid wedding that's gonna last like 5 minutes. I did want one for a while after we'd gotten married, but it seems more like it would benefit us more if we wanted to do something like that, to just have a big reception party and use the money for what we would be spending on a dress and a venue and all that fun stuff towards a big party. I mean, I don't see a big problem in that at all. No, I did not have a wedding. No, I do not want a wedding. I'd rather have a party. Number three, my family would know, but I don't know how many friends would know this, unless you're like super close to me. I make up my own words, which I'm sure a lot of people do. But the reasoning behind me making up my own words is because I look ridiculous when I cuss. I mean, it's really bad. You know those kids, like now that you're, those like little kids that are like, you're such a doo-doo brain. And you're just thinking, oh, they looked really awkward when they said that. Like, that was not, they just looked awkward saying that. And that's how I look when I say a cuss word. When I'm like, I don't really ever cuss because I look ridiculous when I do it. Nobody takes me serious. Every time that I've said like one cuss word or something, people have laughed. And it's just not, because it's not me. I just don't cuss. So I make up my own words, and my own words mean as much to me as like a cuss word would to you. So like if somebody was to like really tick you off, you would say your cuss word, or like the normal version of a cuss word, and I would call them like a flooper or a butt face, or like little kid words. It's like little kid made up words, but they just seem to go better with me than the grown-up adult bad words. A flooper, butt face, turd nugget. I mean, they're all like, I didn't make them up. Well, some of them I did, or at least some of them I like to think I made up. I don't know. If I'm describing something like a lot, like it's a lot or it's a big amount, then I'll say it's a crap ton. That's a crap ton. And it's pretty much for everything though. It's not just for like bad words either. It kind of integrated into my vocabulary, just my made up words. And I like vegetables apparently and fruit, so I like food, so just food in general. I'll call my family food. Like Ty used to be turkey for a really long time, like my turkey sandwich, my turkey butt. Like just those little kid names that you make up, and you usually do them to your kids. I've always done them to regular people. Like Garrett, I call him Gouda. I call him Gouda cheese. There's no story behind it. There's no anything. He's probably gonna hate that I said that on camera. Then I realized that Gouda was a cheese, and since I love dairy, that's kind of how it stuck. Number four, I'm a milkaholic, and I don't just mean like I drink milk a lot. I mean like I can tell the different tastes of brands of milk, and I won't drink some brands. Could literally go through a gallon in a day if my family would let me, and they don't, whatever. I'd like to get a cow. Number five, I do schoolwork for fun. I'm not in school. I think it is the most relaxing, stress-free thing ever. And I would be in school except for the fact that since we moved to Florida, they have totally different residency or resident rules. So I've lived here for a year, but because I didn't have my driver's license for a year, then I'm not considered a resident of Florida. Math is my favorite. I'll just sit there and do algebraic problems all day. And I'm actually not good. Like, well, I mean, I can't say I'm not good. I'm not, I don't really have a math brain unless I have a piece of paper or a pen or a calculator, obviously. I can't, even still, even though I memorized my multiplication table, everything, I cannot do it in my head. And I wanted to be one of those kids. I hated not being one of those kids that when we were sitting in math class and somebody would be like, what's 2 times 2? And they'd just immediately know 4. I mean, I can do that one. But, you know, like, and then you get like harder and harder and they're still like popping off the answers and you're like, what? So yeah, I always wanted to be one of those kids, but I wasn't, and I'm still not. Even though I would study that thing forever to try to just memorize them, and like, if I memorize it, then I'll know it, and then that way, yeah, well, I memorized it for like 5 years, and I still can't do it. Number 6, I am one of those drivers that drives 5 miles under the speed limit. Purposefully, it's not like an accident, I do it on purpose. I drive 5 miles under the speed limit all the time, no matter what. Even if, like, you know, the speed limit drops 5 miles at night, I will go 5 miles under that speed limit. I do stay in the slow lane, but I do go 5 miles under the speed limit. I'm also a passive-aggressive driver, so if somebody's trying to get in my lane and they're not using their turn signal, I'm not letting them in, period. Not happening. Or when you're sitting at a stoplight and you're, somebody's like getting their tail or getting their nose out and trying to squeeze into this like little space that you have between you and the car, and they're just trying to get out so that they can turn, I'll go right around them. And I've done that like multiple times. I'm literally the driver that everybody hates. Number 7, this kind of plays along with the schooling, how much I love school. I received 72 awards in elementary school and the first part of middle school. I received 72 awards. This is before they stopped giving out the awards. I don't know if they still do or not. I know they don't give out perfect attendance anymore, and I got a lot of those. I actually remember one time, this is how much I love school, okay? I remember one time I was in school, and I think it was called the TOS test before it was TAX, so it was TOS. And I never missed a day of school. Unless it was like, you know, towards the end, towards high school, then yeah, I would try to get out of going to school. But I'd hate it. I wouldn't enjoy staying home any more than I would have just gone to school. So, but anyway, my mom had taken me to the doctor that weekend, or that Monday. And since it's TOS testing that week, you know, some people, you have this class this day, you just have this test this day in that class, and then you have this test and blah, 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 blah. I was taking one of my tests, and the nurse came in and was like, oh, you know, Courtney, we need to see you. You need to come with us, and, you know, whatever. And I was like, no, I have to finish my test. I'm not leaving. And I put up a fight to not, I didn't want to go. I needed to finish my test, and I was like asking the teacher, like, I put it, now that I look at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, people were probably thinking I was stupid. But, you know, I had a free pass to get out of this test, and everybody's like, what are you doing? But I did. I loved my school. And anyway, so they ended up like having to pretty much drag me out, and I was bawling. I wanted to finish my test. You're taking a girl away from her test that she loves. And it was really ridiculous now that I think of it. But I mean, I was really upset and I didn't want to go. I ended up being hospitalized for bronchitis and pneumonia, but I was taking my test. I received 72 awards in elementary school for like random things. Perfect attendance, star student award, straight A's, blah, whatever. I still have every single one of them. Number 8, I can't stomach caffeine. I can't do it. It makes me sick. It makes me so sick. And it's sad too because like coffee, I know they have decaffeinated coffee, but to me it just doesn't taste the same. I don't know why. But anyway, all I remember from drinking coffee, and I love the smell of coffee. It smells so good, and if I could just have it in the house just to smell it, I totally would, but that'd be a waste. So, but I love drinking coffee. Like I love the smell of it, and I love, I think the reason that I love coffee is because when I was younger, whenever we'd go over to my Nana's house and it would rain, she would make coffee, and it was pretty much creamer, sugar, and then a hint of coffee, but it was still so good, and I still make my coffee like that if I ever drink any. But that's how she made the coffee, and we would go out on the, I guess it was a front porch. I always thought it was the back porch because we always came in the garage, but we'd go out on the front porch, and she had this bench swinging seat out there, and we would just sit on that, and we would just talk, and just, you know, watch the rain and drink our coffee. And so I love like the memories that I have from coffee, but it hurts my stomach so bad that I just can't do it. So, I mean, I can drink it for a little bit, but my stomach's gonna hurt the rest of the day if I do. Number 9, I can make myself cry, and I know that I'm not gonna be believed on this video unless I do it. So I'm gonna wait until after 10, and then I'll show you like the clip of me crying. I learned it in theater when my teacher was like, oh, you need to learn, if you're going to continue in this, which I was at that point. I loved theater. It was so much fun. But she told me that if I was going to continue into the theater thing, that I needed to learn how to harness my emotions and project them. So, you know, obviously if you harness enough sad, it's going to come out somehow. And she taught me how to make myself cry, and I was like, yes. And this was like elementary school, obviously, when I first did this. I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. I can make myself cry. And still whenever I do it with my husband, he's still not too sure if I'm being serious or not. Number 10, this might surprise some of y'all, but my family won't be surprised by this. I hate the taste of alcohol. And I try so hard to drink it with my friends or something, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is so good. It's totally not. It's disgusting. And I was never like the party, going to the party to get drunk or, you know, anything like that. And I just don't like the taste of it. I don't know why. I don't know how to describe it at all. Like, there's some drinks where I can't taste the alcohol and I love them. Like, what's that one place? Not Joe's Crab Shack. Red Lobster. If you go to Red Lobster and they have their mango berry daiquiri, or it's like the berry daiquiri, not the strawberry daiquiri, the mango one, I think. That one is good. I love that one. I had like 2 or 3 of those on my 21st birthday. That was amazing. If I can't taste the alcohol in it, I'm okay. But if I can taste the alcohol, like especially hard liquor, I just can't do it. I can't. It's so gross. And people, like, if they go out of their way to make me a drink, of course I'm going to drink it. But if they ask me if I liked it, then I'm probably going to say, yeah, I liked it, minus alcohol. But I have grown to like light beer when I'm eating specific foods. So yes, otherwise I'm having me a glass of milk. Those are my 10 things that you might or might not have known about me. I could go on and on with random things, which is pretty much what I did. I mean, I don't have any like serious kind of stories. I don't have any kind of crazy things that have ever happened at all. I'm trying to think, but and even still, they're not like great. I don't have like, I don't really keep things from people. If you just talk to me, you pretty much figure all this stuff out. Oh, I guess it's time to make myself cry. Dushy dish. I can make myself cry. No matter what, in any situation. Those are my 10 things that you may or may not have known about me. I have literally talked for like 40 minutes and I have to go edit this stuff. Hope y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.